Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 3 of our daily NSXPO vlogs. This being the first day of the track event at G2 Motorsports Park. So we are just now lined up here to go out for some sighting laps. So this will not be this is not a full run group session. This will be just so people can get an idea of the track. For my purposes, if you've been watching us on Twitch, twitch.tv/lapoftheworld, go give us a follow over there if you enjoy watching some car-related streaming and other stuff. But we have been trying to learn this track virtually via the official mod on Assetto Corsa. G2 Motorsports Park was kind enough to, I suppose, commission one that let us drive around and learn the layout. So that told us at least the direction that the turns go. But now we get to compare virtual to reality and see how accurate that actually was, and then sort of kind of mesh those two things in our mind so we can then go out and drive at speed after that. So I'm also going to take the opportunity to this track. I'll have to write my erstwhile sponsors at Draggy Lap, because the G2 Motorsports Park, not on their list. It is the newest track in Texas. It is barely open, but it's been open for a few months, so I'm a little bit surprised. So I'll have to double check the manual waypoints that I've set on that app, and then also make sure I log where the start finish is for our AEM race dash here as well. But so far so good. Like, we're looking for, let me remind myself which button does what. Okay, so it's the right button that I'll need to reset here in a second. But yeah, so slow turn, and then if my game is correct, I should be able to straighten that up earlier and just use this space over here coming out of that turn. Then we're coming through here. This is flat. Probably I agree with that so far. And then this is going to be a tricky one up here. So again, I'm probably conservatively, I'm going to brake in a straight line. Then I'm coming through here, clipping here, going down to second, and then coming out of here. So this one, again, we'll want to be tight in here to come out. And this is, I was going to say, also noting which direction the sun's going to be bad today. It's almost high enough to clear my visor. It's in the little tinted section up here, so you know, just things to pay attention to. But this is the turn I kept screwing up, so this is going to be braking earlier than I think for that. And then this turn opens on exit, so I can probably be getting on the gas like sooner here, and you're going to end up tracking out. I'm following all these rubber marks out here, which kind of show where people have gone. I think I don't know if the pace car is driving the line, but the people in front of me are probably pinching that a little bit. Coming up here, this was a second gear turn for me in the game in a Porsche. Probably feels like a second gear turn again. And then here's this little curb that necks in on the left. The barrier there is way closer than it's depicted on the Assetto Corsa mod, though. So again, that's why we have to like compare virtual to reality and get our like sight picture down, because again, like, some of these barriers are way closer to the track than they were in the game. So that's going to give you a false sense of of space there. And then this was the super fast turn. We're coming through here, also making note of where all the corner stations are, because that's something that's kind of like not really in the game, that is very, very important in reality. And then we've gotten through here. This is, I don't know what here. Okay, so this is our coming over the crest. That straight feels a lot shorter in reality than it was in the game. So we're down here. This is going to be second gear autocross section. Trying to get up the hill here to give us a late apex here. And that one, again, we're going to want to be careful and exit there with traction. And coming up here, this is the other turn that was like visually problematic in the game, but I don't think it's going to be as bad because they put a nice wall of cones out there for us. So I figure braking, then you're going to like turn. What's the space look like here on the exit of this? It feels like it's got more room than it did, but I think it's probably, you know, carrying more speed than virtual world. And then up here, this is our like carousel thing. So this is a super late. And so they've got the like turn-in point marked there with a nice sign. We don't want to rely on signs, although we're not racing today, so it's unlikely that they're going to get taken out. And then this is here, and then we're back down to second for here. And that is, I assume, where we would... I guess the other thing I'm going to have to pay attention for is where we pit in. Okay. So I've now reset my lap marker for this, and it appears my our Draggy Lap device and app have also picked that up. So all right, so that is a lap, one partial lap of G2 Motorsports Park. So hopefully you've enjoyed me rambling my way through this, but I will put you guys down and we'll pick you back up for an actual hot session. So here we are at the end of the track day now. You saw the first session out on track. We've now made it to the end of the day here. Everything intact. You can see the paddock kind of emptying out behind us here. And a small crowd down here doing, Liz is over there doing registration. Jay Finning is getting some free advertisement for the Hard Parking podcast. If you don't follow him over there on Hard Parking. But as our NSX Club president, taking pictures of the Speed Racer liveried NC1 down here. We're calling it to a close, our first day out at the track. Very interesting track. I think it was actually very fun. I do appreciate the, from our streaming session, I do really appreciate that Assetto Corsa mod to be able to practice the track virtually before I came out here, because that was a lifesaver. Just knowing which direction all the turns go and in which sequence. It was then taking a little time to kind of get up to speed with how virtual matched reality there, which I think we managed to accomplish pretty well today. We'll maybe have a little bit more tomorrow morning once it's cooled off some. It got kind of hot today, but that is, it's a very interesting facility here, and kind of it's basically in its infancy. We went and toured, which I'll throw in some clips of this, but it went and toured they have some condos, trackside condos here. That I think they said they're all sold, or the ones that are there are all sold. There may be more if you're in the area and interested. I'm sure they would talk to you about a membership, if not property. But yeah, anyway, I'm in here taking cooling off and some air conditioning before we head back to the house and or head back to the hotel and find something to eat and something cold to drink before we come out and do it again tomorrow morning. So I will not rope Liz into this because she's busy right now, but we appreciate you watching our daily vlogs here, and we will pick you up again from the track tomorrow, where we'll be having more track time, but then also a photo op and parade laps and a couple of other things before we then switch gears to the social event later that evening. But for today, we're wrapping up the track, and we're going to be back at the track tomorrow. We will bring you back then. So thanks again for watching. I'm Richard. This is Lap of the World. We'll talk to you in the next video. If not, out here again tomorrow at G2 Motorsports Park.